What's going on, guys? It's Lady B. We've got some amazing war action to take a look at. If you missed out on the EWU war alternate attacks against Queen Walkers, this is your opportunity to take a look at it or watch it again. Some incredible hits. Let's dive in. This week we had an incredible showing between alternate attacks and Queen Walkers. You're going to see a ton of air attacks getting it done. This was exactly what we expected, but stay tuned and take a look at this. And if you don't know about EWU, it's one of our many leagues that have come for the Town Hall 13 esports realm. They're doing phenomenal work, so make sure you check them out on Twitter and make sure you tune in to the wars to come. I'll always have my schedules posted on my Discord server, which is in the description below, and on my Twitter as well, so make sure you're following me there. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you know when these videos drop. But let's take a look into this epic war. And here we go. We're heading into the first attack, which comes in from Voila of alternate attacks, in with the electron lalo here. Now you can see he's starting it off with the ice golem to tank for the suey opener. Now the heroes are going to be used to take on the outside of the base. No wall breakers, so no value getting into the eagle. This is just to shape up some pathing for the lalo portion and essentially for the electron if he brings it as an opener. So clearing the way, so ideally the electron can maybe work its way in towards the eagle. We have the RC working on the outside edge to pick up the multi-IT. Multi-ITs are not ideal for lalo portions because they can easily pick off those loons. Favskev, thank you for the host. Thank you for the raid, and welcome everybody coming through. Now here we go. We see that blimp moving its way in. This is going to be the electron portion to take out the eagle, take out at least a scatter shot. Enemy queen is already down from that initial suey entry here, and look at that beautiful placement. The suey entry paved the way to get easy pathing into that center of the base, with the E-Drag doing a ton of work along the way. Both scatter shots down, eagle down. This means the warden ability can be safely used for the town hall alone. There's none of that nasty impact going to be dealt to the lalo portion here. So we have the warden powering right behind, in line with the loons, right over that town hall. The ability getting almost everything through there, with the exception of the additional loons coming in for reinforcement. 2 more loons to take on the outlying AT, just so this lalo doesn't lose its formation here, and a haste to sweep everything through. Now, that RC never took down the multi. This haste could come in handy sweeping everything through, but he's overwhelming it with the amount of loons that he has left over here. So it's easy pathing in, and the cleanup is lined up and set. Voila coming in and smashing down with a triple. Absolutely incredible way to start. So much power in that. It looks like he's force quitting it because he knows he's got the triple. We see that little timer spinning, and that's because he's likely backing out because he knows it's a done deal. And he doesn't even need to sit back and watch it play out. Absolutely hammered through that one. Look how much he has left over. All these minions, pups, and the loons to come through and clean up. And it was good that he had some at the top side of the base, so this didn't land in a time fail. GG Voila, picking up the first triple with the first attack to go. Now this sets a lot of pressure on Queen Walkers to perform. They don't want to lose any ground early on in this war. When you pick up that 3 stars, the first attacker in, you really set the pace and the tone of the war there. Yeah, 3 stars, baby. Voila getting it done. Michael, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So let's again talk about this suey opener. Nice value in this, just paving the way for the electron portion, particularly with the queen taking on the enemy queen with this. He takes down an AD along the way. Ice Golem just helps create a little bit more assurance that the queen can hold on to that ability. But not only taking down the queen, taking down the RC here as well. The Vanquisher, thank you for the follow. There was a lot of value to be had in that opener, what was taken out for creating smooth sailing for his Lalo. But it's up to Stadra to see if he can keep things going at a good pace for Queen Walkers. The real Queso, thank you for the follow. Now Stadra coming in here with, yet again, more air, exactly as we expected. We're seeing a lot of air coming in, starting off. Now we've got the Suey AQ Skelly kill to try and take out Lynnae here. That Suey opener king working his way past, allowing the access for the queen and the RC to take on the outside edge here. But there's going to be a lot to contend with. He does have the blimp. We'll see if he's looking to take on any value in shaping this up, or if he's going to bring it along with the Lalo pathing. And now with these Loons and Hounds set, we know it's definitely going to be to bring along. Enemy queen is already taken out. That's one less thing to worry about, but there is an RC to worry about, which is where the Skelly spell is going to come into play. So this is an RC Skelly kill, Suey Lalo. And we do see this happening a lot, especially when the heroes are split up so far apart. Now, nothing making it into the town hall. This is where the blimp is going to come into play. Weighting this very heavy over on the RC side here so he can take down that nasty impact of the defenses there. Those two scatter shots over on that one side. The blimp able to work straight through into the town hall. That warden ability was able to be used heading over that heavily saturated defensive section, but he's lost a lot of steam along the way. And without this multi-IT and Warden Tower taken down, there's really definitely not a lot that can be done with this. It's still going to be a struggle regardless for the remaining Loons to get through and take on those last remaining defenses here just from the 230 side alone. But with that back end still remaining that the Suey portion did not take out, definitely would not be the triple here. So this is a solid defense for Lynnae. Solid defense here. Pick up a little bit more percentage along the way, but it's not going to quite, it might not quite hit above that 80% mark. And if you're hitting anywhere below 85%, you really are suffering because you're going to wind up making it that much more difficult to get back on track. That 85% mark is a sweet spot on percentage. Anywhere there and higher will definitely put you in a decent position if it comes down to the percent game. Archer all but done here and leaving it at the 83% mark. Skellies won't be able to do too much more in the last few seconds to come, though. They'll get that last percent down, coming in and bringing it up to the 84%. So not too far off here from where he would want to be. But hitting anywhere lower than that, you're definitely a bit worried. Yeah, Lynnae holding strong on that defense there. Now we do have Lynnae coming in for his attack straight off that defense, knowing that he's given his team a good head start. Can he keep that momentum going here by picking up the triple and keep pushing that gap further from Queen Walkers and trying to pick it up? So in here with the Queen charge Lalo, we have the Queen that's going to line up her pathing along the outskirts of the base here. Now one single layer wall break to work her in a little bit further through to the base so she can take on that multi-IT. Again, these multi-ITs not ideal for Lalo. aTTaX, just because those beams spread out. They can actually withstand the impact a little bit better from the single ITs. Now the RC doing some incredible work here, taking on that scatter shot and helping line up such a nice path with only one. Oh, there we go. We've got that next wall breaker coming in to push the Queen past in a different direction here, wrapping down to the 3 o'clock side of the base. But that's if she takes the bait here and moves along. He has to sit patiently now as the Queen works through the CC, poisoning up those pups to keep her moving along. And her next path will be to move down towards that 3 o'clock side of the base. So we have a very nice path here for the Laloon portion to work likely from that 9 o'clock side, path around towards the town hall, and potentially meet up here with the queen. A minute 32 on the clock. Queen takes down the enemy queen, works her way down towards the last remaining multi-IT. And she has some easy work set, but might need to force that ability to get through those expos and keep her going. Beautiful path here created. From that opener, you can see the loons working nicely together in pretty narrow lines here, just heading directly on those defenses. But this is where the power comes through. Look at the Stone Slammer coming in place to take on the scatter shot. And I mean, this is absolutely smashed. When you see most of that base wrecked and you bring in the scatter shot with just about 30 to 40% of the base left over, you know you've done incredible work here. So much left over in this one. We yet again see the power of air in the right hands. Lynnae showing exactly how to do that. Tons of minions down and around for the cleanup here in different portions of the base, so he's not worrying about time as a factor. And we even have a swag freeze on this one. Beautiful convergence here. We've got the loons working together. Nice split to go straight for that storage. 13 seconds left to go. Plenty of time to get this done, and swagging a freeze at that. Absolutely incredible performance we're seeing from the start here from alternate aTTaX, but we would expect exactly this from them. What do you guys think in chat so far? Most of you guys did. I think it was 63% of you guys said this was going to be a win for alternate aTTaX, and it is certainly shaping up that way. 2 for 2. They lead at this point, at least by 1 star. We still have to see where Queen Walker's set in place with their next attack, but certainly going to be at least 1 star ahead. Loving that bowler. Any opportunity you have to use a bowler to funnel, which isn't often, is a good opportunity. There are so many different ways to find creative value in funneling. And simple value. And bowlers are just one of those. We've also seen the sneaky goblins in use. We've got Choucas though coming in. Choucas looking to take out Boom here with a queen charge hog attack. A little ground action here coming in from Queen Walkers. Now let's see where he's gonna set this path from. And excuse me, it's maybe not even a queen charge. We just might see almost a kill squad type action here. I do see the wall wrecker in place. It is possible that he could switch this up. It's possible he can use it to tank for his hogs. So many different ways that this could go. But we know that we have a queen charge incoming here. Nice use of the loons to take on the AT, and this is likely to direct the pathing of the queen to ensure that she works her way in towards that eagle. Also taking on some of the defenses along the way. Now the wall breaker's coming in to lead the queen to where he wants her to go. King sets up a nice path here as well. Queen's going to work her way in towards that eagle artillery, but is he going to use he is going to use the wall wrecker to continue the pathing for the queen. Now this is going to work directly heading into that town hall chamber. Absolutely love this. It's almost like a kill squad charge here. See what comes out. Queen continuing to move along. Now it's not going to get quite as far as the town hall, taking on a lot of impact here. But we've got more wall breakers leading the way that unfortunately do not make their way to that wall. We've seen this in action before. It's very rare that we get to see a queen charge with a wall wrecker powering through to the town hall. Absolutely would have been money, King Cal. Good morning, Amy Nicole. How are you? So unfortunate not to see that get its value. That was to lead the way for the queen to get in the town hall chamber. And what he wanted to do was lead the hogs. So all they had to worry about was this nice narrow section, though it does deal a lot of impact with 2 scatter shots and 3 ITs. But we've got the hogs coming in from that 9 o'clock side of the base to wrap around. He does have to worry about the town hall as well now with the queen. Really not getting the work done here. Those healers switching off to the ice golems do her no favors and allow the town hall to potentially take her out. These hogs unfortunately get roasted because the queen did not pick up the value intended here. And this, which what could have been a beautiful attack, ultimately lands in the dreaded 1 star. These miners not going to be able to pave their way to get into the town hall. They just get in there, but it's not enough steam to get it done. Those scatter shots doing their job of holding that defense and protecting the town hall. What an incredibly, just an incredibly thought out plan. Just unfortunate in the execution that it did not go as intended. I like the idea of this. I love the idea of this. But everything went downhill as soon as he lost out on those wall breakers coming out of the wall wrecker. So this is Boom's opportunity to try and solidify their win here. That 1 star puts Queen Walkers so far behind the curve. They are now sitting 3 stars behind. And it's going to be a tough go to come back from, particularly if we see Boom come in and pick up the triple. Bringing it back to ground for alternate attacks, Boom comes in with the Queen charge hybrid here. Now Queen is in a perfect position for a base like this because you place her right here. It doesn't matter which way she goes. A symmetrically laid out base allows the queen to pull in whichever direction and allows you to adjust your plan on the fly. I don't know why he didn't have super wall breakers in the wall wrecker. It should have been just at least 1 layer to get in. I agree that was a missed opportunity on not bringing the super wall breakers. Okay, so Queen charging, getting ready to charge through, just lining up this pathing here. Baby Drag set a nice funnel for this. Baby Drag set a very nice funnel for this. Lady B does not have a husband, so I don't know who you think you are. You're getting banned. Bye. Okay, so Queen on a nice path here. Wall breaker set. I hope he did that test wall breaker. I looked away for 2 seconds. He must have. Gets that beautiful wall break in for the Queen to head towards that single IT. Now a freeze to hold it off, so he doesn't have to force the ability too early. But for now, she's just out of range, and the hogs are actually serving as a nice distraction for it. He knows he has to get those miners and hogs going through for the hybrid portion because he's starting to run out of time on this very lengthy queen charge, and he doesn't want to risk that. Does not want to risk the time factor. Beautiful pathing in. It would have been nice to see the queen do a little bit more work before setting that in place, but still gets the same value on this one. We do have a back end blimp coming through to take on the scatter shot and help get to that eagle and help knock it out. But look at the surround on this between the RC, between the warden and those hogs and miners, all getting past this portion. Queen trying to continue on her way. It would be amazing if she can work in to take on that single IT. No more ability though, so perfect that the healers were holding off on that. Just enough power to get it done. The RC coming through, forcing her ability. She won't have enough health to get through these last remaining defenses, but will there be enough steam is the question. Queen's still trying to work her way through. We've got the wall breakers to open up this wall to give access. There is almost certainly not enough time to get this done. He needs a miracle to try and get this triple to come through. Miners come in. Queen gets knocked out. 1 second left to go. And it's a 99% because of that builder hut. Oh, boom. Boom. So unfortunate. So unfortunate to get so close to that triple there. And in the last second, Nothing converges. Man, that queen even tried powering through. That is a boomer. That is a boomer. Poor boom on that one, 99%. But they're still making this. They're making this a tough comeback for Queen Walkers. What's going on, Puddin'? Imagine Boom ruining the perfect war. The momentum is lost from that perfect war there, but yeah, come on, you can't even blame him. That was an incredible attack. The queen charge portion took a little bit too long, and I think ultimately that's what killed it. He knew it. He had to start that. Alex, thank you for the follow. He had to start that hybrid as soon as possible before he could even get the queen getting full potential out of that one. But let's take a look again at that opener. Let's see how long this queen charge actually took. We might have to take a look at it later on in the replay, but in the meantime, we've got Gaku coming through. I know, it was a tough one, absolutely tough one. What's going on, Coffin? Welcome, welcome. So Gaku coming through. Now, if they want to stand a chance at coming back around, we're gonna need to see Gaku coming in with the triple. Continuing to keep it on ground. We saw those first couple of attacks that came in with air, which I was expecting, but now we're back in ground town. Coming in with the Yeti Bobat. Warden leading the way here to pave the way for the funnel, the initial funnel for that pathing. Now we'll see. I see the blimp here. I do see the blimp here, so I am wondering if the intention is to go for the town hall and bring in some nice narrow pathing coming in from that 1 o'clock side. And yes, indeed. Chaos, what's going on? Coming in with the gifted subs. Thank you, Chaos. More gifted subs today. Spreading that love. So 5 subs for Cinco de Mayo. Much appreciated. Get some sub love in the chat. If you have those emotes, you can spam some hyper team bees. But beautiful path through here. Yetis all working together, and that blimp does come in with the Yetis to take on the town hall. Very smart move there, sectioning it off this way and allowing the Yetis to take on a couple more defenses as they path their way down. So we still have the bats to come, the bats to continue pathing through. Very risky, not dropping a freeze on that initial wizard tower there. That was rolling the dice, but it pays off. It spares him the use of 1 freeze for the back end here, and this is maybe where it's going to be needed. RC still holding on to that ability. 1 more freeze left to go for the wizard tower. Is he going to have enough to get this done? He's got a lot of Yetis left over. And now with that wizard tower down, we know for certain this is a done deal. Gaku getting it done. Look at that baby dragon. He's still holding on for cleanup. Absolutely wrecking through this base with the Yeti Bobat. Now this is the power of the bats that I talk about. And we're not only seeing bats with Yeti smashes, we're not only seeing them with dragons, we're even seeing them with hog attacks. Yeah, beautiful hit there from Gaku. Now this is maybe, just maybe, an opening, an opportunity for Queen Walkers to turn this back around, but they are going to need to continue pulling in those triples and certainly going to need to hold some solid defenses. That is maybe the only way, but I think their bigger problem is going to be percentage. I think percentage is going to do them in. We can see we have that 65% from the 1 star, and that's going to hurt. That 99% from Boom almost secures the victory here in any situation. Ast coming through. Now a 2-star from Ast in a reasonable percentage will definitely solidify that. That 1 star really hurt Queen Walkers at the beginning of this. So Ast coming through, getting it back over to the air attacks, which I was very excited to see, which is one of the reasons why I took an early lunch to stream this war, and coming in with the suey lalo here. See, the king does the tanking here initially for the queen, frees to hold off the single IT. This is nice, easy access. When you see those outlying single ITs, they can easily be picked off just by a suey portion here, adding in the support with the RC to work their way towards a scatter shot and take that on as well. That is ideally some incredible value, but unfortunately doesn't get as far as getting that done. Gets knocked out because of the Tesla farm on the outskirts. Now, with the archers pulling out of that CC, he knows he's going to have to poison this up. But he also wants to keep the momentum going here. Poison can be done on the fly as everything pulls out. No witches coming, so just those archers to worry about. Poisoning up the queen. He's got the Skelly spell to knock down there as well. He also has his baby dragon to help take them out. Loons pathing through, but pretty far behind. That warden needs to step up, move up with the main pack of loons over the town hall and haste them through. He doesn't have the percentage to get this done. This is unfortunate. Not enough to get this done. He's saving another hound and some loons to get back over into the town hall because he didn't hit that 51% mark with everything moving past. As soon as he hits that, he can send in the next wave here. Next wave of loons coming through, hasted up, heading in and freezing up the Giga Inferno and Expo. But without the power in numbers, he loses everything on this one. He really needed all those loons to come in. A nice way to ensure he picks up the 2-star. Nice way to ensure he picks up the 2-star. But we're not going to see a crazy high percentage on this one. We do have a baby drag still yet to drop for a little more value. 25 seconds left to go. We're not going to quite see an 80% here, maybe mid-70s on this one. Yeah, definitely a nice save. Definitely a nice save on this one. This still keeps our average percentage pretty far up from Queen Walkers. So even with a scenario of Queen Walkers coming back around, if it comes down to percentage, Queen Walkers is almost certainly not going to have it. So Queen Walkers with the opportunity to try and pull this back around, get closer back up to the star count by picking up a triple, but that's about the only way. They could potentially try and get this done. A triple could almost put them closer to it, but I still think it's going to be a tough go on the percentage. But Yuta coming through and working in with the suey lalo here. So Valk to open up the entry using minimal troops to open up the entry. The Valk and the RC working together, starting to line up that pathing. Now, instead of worrying about the king and the queen taking on that hound, the king would certainly pull the hound to the outskirts and the queen would get stuck on it. He uses a baby dragon very quickly to try and take it out. But this is wasting a lot of Yuta's time right now. He knows he's got to get going with this raid. So drops the king as soon as it's safe. And the queen's going to work her way through into that town hall chamber. So trying to pick up some additional value here and change up the pathing a little bit. Drops a loon to take on that outside mortar. Very smart. Trying to make use of time and not wasting any more of it. Taking on that hound definitely did that. So he's trying to make up where he can. So King Ability is going to round this corner, take on some of that early cleanup and take on a couple more defenses. Beautiful position for the queen to come in, to work and take on the town hall and potentially take on the enemy queen. We'll see if it's going to be enough steam from her, but he does have the backup plan. And that is the Skellies. She goes for the AD, goes for the queen, knocks her out. And this means the Skelly spell can be used for the RC. So perfect to have that for the back end. Big push heading over those scatter shots. Warden ability able to be used to keep everything safe past the next scatter shot. Camarda, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Beautiful push in. Nice timing on that ability to get safe through that back end. 33 seconds left to go. He's got a big spread on his cleanup. That one archer, look at her doing the work on the storage. That would be the one big concern. One big concern there. But if he can get this dragon to move over to it, he will certainly get this done in time. This queen. So let's look at star count. They are still 1 star behind on this, but the percentage is where they suffer. Even if they hold a defense, even if they pick up the 2 star, the problem is going to be percentage. Even if they hold a 2 star defense and they pick up the 3 star, Queen Walkers will not be able to recover from percentage. They would need to see a 1 star raid from Sir Ironheart. But Sir Ironheart, knowing he needs to solidify the 2 star here, he needs to secure the 2 star to ensure the win, and comes in directly for that town hall to pick up that 1st star. Knowing that the Hogs can pick up the percentage needed to ensure the 2 star, which would ensure the victory here. Queen working her way. He's taking advantage of the opening, but he's got super wall breakers. We've got super wall breakers to work into the space. Is he going to go for the town hall with a queen charge, or is he going to let her work around the outside of the base? Oh, I love this. I love this. Pushes through with a wall wrecker. This queen's going to work on the opposite side. Wall wrecker to take down the town hall, but what's in it? Do we have sneaky goblins? Do we have yetis? There's a lot of opening for bombs. We see those bombs getting triggered by the wall wrecker, and yetis come out. So good not risking. Good for him not risking. Ooh, using those sneaky goblins, but the queen charge dies out. He has the RC. This could be a big problem here, but he has what he needs to recover this. All he needs to do is secure the 2 star in this moment. Losing out that queen is a detrimental move on this one. Help, thank you for the follow. But he's trying to get that king in there. He's still holding on to that RC to try and take it out if he needs to get that town hall. Focusing on the Hogs to get through the defenses and pick up the percentage needed. King not enough to get it done. Will the RC be able to get it done? He's at 43%, still has his warden, but nothing to actually pick this up. 49%. He just needs a dirty look at a structure and he could get this done. He's got a couple more cleanup troops that maybe can get this done. That sneaky goblin. Ooh, cutting it close. Yeah, those Hogs fizzled out. Was that warden nowhere near in range? This base, absolutely. Klaus's base wrecking Sir Ironheart, but Sir Ironheart staying calm, cool, and collected, knowing all he needs to do is pick up that 2 star and gets what's needed. So the percentage does drop considerably. Enough for a 3 star to turn this back around, 86 to 69%. It actually is 20%. 20% is a 3 star. Are you kidding me that a 3 star could mean the win now? A triple wins the war. What we thought could not come back around ultimately has. Now the stats are not updated. These have not refreshed quickly enough on the screen. We'll see if we can get them back up. updated. We're 12-9, not 10-6 as it says. 12-9 here with a triple. Winning the war, tying up the star count, but winning on percentage. It's up to Klaus. I mean, talk about the pressure being on. In this moment, Klaus knows that he could ultimately turn the tides. I don't know that they were expecting to see that. His base holding such a massive defense that it opens up the opportunity for him to then come in and pick up the win for his team. I told you this was going to be a close one, but we see him holding on to those nerves. Now, while we wait, let's see if we can take a quick look at some of the triples that have come in. He's got 6 minutes on the clock to try and pull that back around. Take a look at Lynnae coming in with the 3-star earlier. It's Santa Claus. What's going on, Mag? Hi, Mike V. Hi, Hangway. What do you guys think? Do you think he's going to get this? Do you think it's going to be the 3-star? Let's get a poll going. Will he triple? Will he triple? Will Klaus get the triple? Keeping an eye. Yes or no? What do you guys think? We're gonna put a 1 minute poll up. Quick in chat, polls in chat. Let me know. Do you think he's gonna get this triple and ultimately get the win for his team here? See if we can get our poll up. Poll going. Will he triple? Pressure's on. Can he stand the pressure? Can he handle it? We're gonna find out. I think he's gonna leave it to the last minute. Most of you guys saying yes. So Voila came in with that very first triple of the war, setting the tone here. Oh, and we've got it. We've got to get over. Now's the time to find out. Is he going to get the win? I'll let you know what the polls say, but the majority of you guys saying yes. I'll let you know in the end. But Klaus coming in with the hybrid. QueeN charge hybrid to try and get this done. Now, this might be a smart move. A lot of times you see these bases that are sectioned off like this. We've seen it with we've seen it with Lex's base with the ITs all weighted on one side. Hybrid's doing nice work sectioning it off. But he's going a different approach here, going head in to the center of the IT section to take that on, take down the enemy queen, which it doesn't. It doesn't quite get to the enemy queen, but see if you can wrap his queen around, work this way in to get to her. She can work into this IT chamber, has great access to get to the queen there and to get to a scatter shot. And that leaves this entire town hall portion open for the hybrid. It's widespread, but it's pretty condensed. So it makes for easy use of the spells that you do have because he's not wrapping around the base. aTTaX has lost. aTTaX has lost a couple of wars before, but their track record in winning far surpasses. So Klaus comes in, working this queen, doing some fabulous work along the way, I might add, but has to take some time to focus on that hound. And while he does that, trying to finish up some of the pathing here. Now the queen's going to line up the rest of the pathing for the hybrid, working likely from actually, we'll see. We'll see if he's going to work from that 12 o'clock side. So comes in from that 12 o'clock side, taking on the single IT where it's a narrow portion, and then heads his way into that town hall section. And that's where we're going to see nice condensed use of those heals. QueeN powering through this, taking on the eagle, taking on the focus of those Expos. And if she can wrap around down towards that 6 o'clock side of the base, maybe, just maybe, Klaus can secure this victory. Last heal going down. Biggest problem is there's not a lot left over to get through, but he's got the Warden ability spared for the Town Hall, which will get them safe passage past the Town Hall and past a couple of the remaining defenses. As long as they can clear out the inside of this base, the Queen has everything reachable. Now he knows he has to use cleanup sparingly, but efficiently. We've got that AT he's still worrying about at the top side. A minion can pick up good value on Otto's hut down there. Queen working her way through. This is going to be a tough one on time. Miners are still going strong, which is definitely needed here. They need to pick up that Expo. 24 seconds left, but with the miners fizzling out, this is all but lost. Queen can only do so much. Warden trying to take on that Expo. There is not enough time. He needed the miners working through to get this done. So close to a victory, yet so far away. 94% 2-star keeps them from the win. Alternate Attacks ultimately comes through victorious, 12-11. And the percentage is really where they wound up switching over. But those solid hits early on definitely kept them in this one. Beautiful performances. I'm going to quickly go through those replays. It's that 1-star cost Queen Walkers this win ultimately. But quick replay through of these raids, and I'll be with you guys in chat. So you guys, the majority of you guys got that right. This is not Klaus Gaming Klaus. That is not Klaus Gaming Klaus who plays in who in Queen Walkers. Yes, no, it's not. Stop it, hang way low. TDH loving the long sleeves. What's going on, TDH? They even have thumb holes. Jim. Jim with the rep. I've got to see. Oh, was that Shine? That was Shine. I've got to see if I can actually put this on YouTube now. So Gaku picking up that triple. Zek, thank you for the follow. I've got to hop back over to work, so I'm just quickly going through these. If you missed them, you can also catch the VOD. It's available for everyone. You don't have to be a sub to watch my VODs. You can always re-watch these wars if you missed it, or if you want to take a look again at the amazing triples. What's going on, Hallian? Just as well, you were going to unsub also. Say what? Say, wait, you're going to unsub? Because you can watch them anyway? What's going on, Hallian? Oh, that Klaus. Oh, you're going to unsub to that Klaus? You were going to unsub to him because he didn't pick up that triple? That's why? That's why? What's going on, Wicked? How are you? Good to see you, Wicked. I'm going to be hopping off in just a minute, but just showcasing these beautiful attacks coming through air. Lots of air this war, which is exactly what we expected. Beautiful job. Voila kicking it off back to air where we know he excels. No ending stream. There is. Are you streaming? 24 hours? Yeah? No, I want to keep my job. I'll be back later today, though. I will be back later today. Wasman is playing in CWL Esports, 5:15 p.m. EST. So in just about 6 hours, I'll be back live again. Make sure you turn your notifications on so you know when I go live. Make sure you're following me. Make sure you're on my Discord server so you get that notification. Make sure you're following me on social media because I post it there too. All that stuff, make sure you do. But I will be back later today with CWL Esports action. And then my booty's going to get into gear after that to do some YouTube videos because I've been slacking for real. We'll get back to that. Which is why we've got this music going. Which is why we have this music in the background so I can make easy YouTube videos. Yeah, a little Wasman action later today. His team, Animaniacs, playing over with Noobs MTV, are going to be facing off against one of the One Hive teams in the CWL Esports playoffs, round of 32. We're in round of 32 for the playoffs. Till then, see you later. Have a good one, Cal. Have a good one. Good to see you. So Lynnae powering through this one as well. It's like air. Air was getting it done. They know what they're doing in air. Both teams, exactly what we expected. Beautiful performances. This was the war. For me, this was probably like the war of the season, just for the air attack component. And on that note, I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. I'll be back again in about 6 hours, 5:15 p.m. EST. Be there or be square. Have a good day, guys. Bye.